Warning. The Era Survival podcast may contain harsh language and graphic depictions of gore and violence. Listener discretion is advised. Hello everyone, and welcome to Dice and Stuff. Today we are excited to bring you episode 2 of the Era Survival podcast, The Swarm. In this episode, Liv, Avery, and Quentin are off on their mission to link up on the south side of Iron Hills in an effort to cut off the city's supply lines. However, they are stopped en route by an unexpected find. Please sit back and enjoy The Swarm, Episode 2.
So, you're now far enough away from the camp you can't see it, besides an ominous glow in the background, which is usually for many people in this world, that ominous glow is absolutely terrifying, but for you guys, it's fairly warming. So, you're moving your way through the forest. You guys can chat or whatever you want to do.
I have gray eyes.
You guys can talk to each other now if you want.
No, stay on mission. Gotta stay quiet.
I love how you're the only one who knows the mission.
That's true.
I'm all for staying quiet, little missy, but you're going to have to tell us what we're doing.
All right, well, we're going to make our way completely around the Iron Hill City. Okay?
Okay, you said that part already. What's next?
We're going to keep our eyes open for anything that promotes an opportunity for us to sabotage any part of the Iron Hill City or to get within it. If we don't find any of those things or see anything odd and worth reporting or dealing with, we're going to make our way entirely around to the south side where we're going to attempt to shut off their supply lines. Seems they've been having runners go in and out of the city on that side, and we need to put a stop to that.
Well, if we can capture some runners, we can take their clothes and go in as runners.
Oh, now it makes sense why you came to me first.
Oh, why is that?
Yes, please enlighten us.
I'm looking at you two like you're stupid. What do you mean?
I didn't come to you first. I went to Avery first.
Yes, and then we decided who
But what's
we
she
to
gonna do?
pick.
I look at you like you're dumb.
Well, I hope I don't get shot or wounded or infected. That'd be terrible.
This is what I do, ladies, or what I did, or
What
what I want to do.
Get shot?
This is what? No, not getting shot.
What do you do other
Sneaking
than...
in and out of places, moving people around, supply lines.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay, good.
I just picked you because, she just trails off.
Wait, you didn't know what he could do and you picked him anyway?
Remember we picked him? She's just smiling at you.
Okay. I'm doing my best to lead the way so I can get a wide berth around Iron Hill City.
All right, so as you guys are moving
Reevaluating my
through-
career prospects.
So there's a twinge of doubt in your mind, is that what you're saying?
They can't read minds, can they?
Woo!
Give me that look at them.
All right. I would
Ain't
like-
no obsidian areas around here. We're in the middle of the woods. They're not going to pop out of the trees. Can they do that?
You're funny. All
Is
right.
that a thing?
What I would like, you have a choice of what you would like to do in this case. You can either roll me a wits and an investigations, or you may roll me a stealth and a dex, or you may roll me a survival and an intelligence.
Survival!
Since I'm... Okay. I'll just do stealth dex then if she's taking survival.
Okay. The difficulties for you all, by the way, for all of you, are going to be 9. Remember, keep in mind any perks or anything you have like that can help you, or any specialties or whatever.
I got 2 successes on investigations.
Okay?
We started with 0 notoriety, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, some of you did.
Well, no, I have +5. That's why I need to know.
Oh, you're that guy.
I'm that medic.
2 successes.
On
Oh.
Dex stealth.
stealth. Okay.
I should have written down what honest face gives me, but I think it has to do with persuading people. Or esteem, I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up, wherever the book
It was
Fine.
persuasion.
And yours?
3 successes. Sorry, I had 2 ones in
What,
there.
were you using survival?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought, oh, that's perfect. You guys all had different things. Okay, so through her leadership, your 2 successes will work to cover your entire group.
Yay!
So your whole group is moving quietly through the forest. Okay? With your survival, Sabrina, you will advise everyone to put your masks on because you don't need to spray your flash into the air after you see some dead guy up against a tree with weird boils on the side of his face. So you'll tell everyone to get their masks on so they don't inhale.
Okay, we make sure he's dead, right?
If you'd like to use a knife on him, you may. Otherwise, it'll make noise.
Yeah. I'm going to surgically remove his head to make sure he ain't coming back for us.
Okay. He's dead.
Yeah.
Cue the walking head.
You guys will continue moving through the woods for a little while. Now, you've moved your way through the woods for a ways when the investigations will kick in. Robert, you will smell kerosene or petrol or gasoline or whatever derivative you want to call it. You'll smell some kind of fuel.
There's fuel. Not the fuel we're carrying.
Got it. Which direction?
Approximately to your southwest, so towards the city, slightly.
Okay, well, we're still keeping a wide berth at this point?
Oh yeah, you're way in the woods.
Yeah, so we'll
there's
just keep...
a field between the city and the woods.
We'll keep going around as planned.
All right.
So towards the smell or away from it?
Around the city, so we're going away from the smell unless it gets stronger in the direction we're going.
It does.
Okay, keeping a bigger distance from the city if we have to. Does it smell like our kind of fuel?
Yes, it does.
So it could be the group that went ahead.
We should probably investigate that. They might need medical attention.
All right, well, maybe
This is a secret mission, right?
not really.
Well, we're sneaking around is what I mean.
Well, you don't want the entire city to
So we need to
notice.
go make sure that they didn't muck it up, is what you're saying.
All right, we'll move in a little closer, see what we can see.
I'll let your decks continue. You said you had 2 successes?
That's correct.
All right. Botched. All right. All right. So you guys are going to move your way into another area. This area of the forest has trees that at one point were on fire, but are now just kind of smoky. You can see one of the slaves from the other team has his entire, from pretty much between his eyes, has been caved in and has been folded back into his face. His throat has been pulled out, his chest cavity has been opened, and his guts have been spilled across the floor. And he has gone into like a power slide position as to where he landed.
Should laugh. Why would you do that?
Just to get that reaction. Over nearby him is another one of the slave guys who has his tank punctured from the back, and then the back end of his throat has been punctured from the back end, and he is leaking petrol through his neck into the grass. Then you'll see another guy over to the side, which is one of the Ashen. His head has been removed from his body, and his body is just laying there. And then you'll see another Ashen, which appears to have one of his arms completely pulled off, and then something ripped into his chest cavity and pulled that whole side of his body away from himself. This is what you see in this little zone. There is a lot less meat here than there normally would be. They look to have been gnawed upon.
So wait, there's 2 Ash and only 1 slave?
2 Ashen, 2 slaves.
So we're missing 2 slaves.
We're missing an Ashen and 2 slaves.
An Ashen and 4 slaves.
4
That's
slaves.
what you're missing.
Is Jason or whatever the guy's name is here, or is he the one missing?
James is missing.
James. Got it. Okay, I'm going to look at Avery and be like, are you satisfied with what you see here, or do you need time to look around?
Isn't this peculiar?
I don't think you're going to be able to give them any medical attention.
You're very astute, Quentin. Well, how big were the other teams? I'm assuming there's other teams.
Same as ours.
So we're missing...
Yeah. Do we have the all clear for this location?
Well, it's up to us to decide whether we want to ignite the kerosene or
I got
not.
this. Do we have the all clear for this position?
Well, I'm still wondering what we're going to be doing.
I go and take one of my little grenade bombs and put it basically next to the kerosene, and then I'm like, let's go.
Okay, as you're doing that, because now you guys are actually making noise because you're chatting and talking and
Yeah,
everything.
that's why I was trying to make it a
Yeah.
quick conversation.
Quentin,
That's me.
you had 2 on your investigations, correct?
I did.
Okay, as this is all happening, that is when you are going to hear a dripping noise.
I'm going to look up.
You will look up and you will see at one time was an obese man. Now he is quite falling apart, for lack of a better term. Inside of his stomach, which is translucent, you can see that he has inside of him some kind of churning and bubbling liquid. And he's turned and looked, and his gaze has now turned down to you guys. In his mouth is an arm, and he's turned his head down and looked at you guys. He is still relatively humanoid, but definitely infected. And he turns his attention down to all of you. That's when you'll see his feet, the boots that were on his feet have long since been burst, and he has bat-like talons that are attached to the trees. His one arm is slightly elongated, and the other one is stumpy, but has like tree frog style fingers that have attached themselves to the tree. And he's turned, and he has now noticed all of you.
Oh, God damn it. It's in the tree.
We see it now.
As soon as he says it, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna make the motion for us to get out of here quickly.
Should we report this?
Should you roll your initiative? Yes, you should.
Report what? So how do we do initiative, Adam?
You roll.
The order is to retreat, just so you guys know.
Roll me 1d10, please.
Plus
Add
your
5.
whatever.
It's your... Where is it on here?
It's in the middle of the page.
Yep.
Here you go.
Is it 1d10 plus that number? Or how do we-
Sure.
Yeah.
7.
12.
15. I don't know how I've won initiative. Oh, it has wits in it. That's why.
Yeah. All right. So, Robert, Quentin actually gets to go first. Keep in mind, slaves go in the same order as you. Okay? So, Quentin, you are first before it goes.
Get 'em, boys. And I start to jog away as I'm pulling out my rifle.
Okay? If you would, please, for your 2 slaves, I'd like you to pick 2 dice in one hand and 2 dice in the other one.
1, 2,
2. Which one has the flamethrower?
2.
2,
2. Add an extra dice. Okay. So one has a pistol with how many shots?
6.
All right. So he's going to fire a shot, and then the other guy is going to spend the round getting his flamethrower ready to go.
Right.
So
I don't need dice for him.
you're just rolling for the pistol guy to start with.
Nice.
I got a 10.
Okay. So you're going to pick that dice up again.
Well, I roll the other one, right? Because I got a 10.
Oh, yeah. You get to explode it. Yeah. Sorry.
What am I trying to get?
10.
The 7s. 7
That
successes.
was a 7.
All right. I got 2 successes.
All right. Now, the reason I told you to roll 2 dice, by the way, instead of 4 dice, which, by the way, all your slaves, any attacks they do, they have 4 dice for. The reason I got you to do 2 is because this guy's defense is 2. So you take 2 away from it, and then you roll that many dice. So now you roll to see what you do to him with the pistol.
Probably not much. I got a 6 and a 5.
Did I not give you the damage or kill threshold for his pistols?
Nope.
Nope.
I thought I did.
No.
Nope.
No.
I don't know why it didn't occur to me that we needed that.
Well, because you were joking that you were just going to send them into the fray, just stand there and die.
No. Don't be silly. I'm running.
Fair enough.
Remember, our slaves are a finite resource.
Not finite, just valuable.
Very valuable.
So pistols, just so everyone know, have a damage threshold of 6 and a kill threshold of 8. I believe. I'm going to double check that, but yes, that's what I believe.
Okay, well, I either do 1 point of damage or nothing because it probably has armor.
Okay, so yeah, you guys will all hear the bang. As soon as you hear the bang, you will hear the multiple roars from the treetops in the general vicinity. As they are now all aware of your location. You may roll me a quick double wits to try to ascertain how many there are.
1 is too many. What's the threshold?
7.
Okay, I got 3 successes. By the way, they're all 7s. Jackpot!
5.
Also 5.
Are we all coming to the same conclusion? 1 is too many?
8 is enough.
Good thing you planted that bomb.
Lure them all right here.
Yeah. Go for it, too.
Sorry, my apologies. Handgun is damage threshold 7, kill threshold 8. So it's 7 and 8, not 6 and 8. My apologies. All right. So everybody who got 2 successes or more,
Yeah.
which is everybody, you will ascertain that there are 4 of these things. You don't have the exact same kind of infected, but there are 4 infected in the immediate area. Anybody who got 3 or higher will know that 2 of them are in the treetops. Anybody who got 4 or higher will know that the ones that are not in the treetops are... How do I describe it? You've seen them in the perimeters once before. These guys are known as like ragers, the berserkers. They rush. So they're the ones that are on the ground. So you 2, I believe, got higher.
Yep.
So my gesturing for my retreat order is going in the direction that they are not.
Yeah, because they're all generally on one arc, which is closer to the town.
Yeah, so we're going back the way we came, basically.
Okay.
Yep.
So, Quentin, you're double timing it back that direction, jogging.
Yeah, you betcha.
Getting your rifle ready. Your guy will go, pow, then there's a big, whoa, that is when I'm going to roll attack for the guy in the tree
Running away now.
against your slave, Quentin.
Wow, shortest mission ever. Let's just run right back to the camp.
Quentin,
Yep.
you and everyone else will see the guy in the tree will kind of just open his mouth a little bit and the arm will fall out of his maw and kind of roll down the tree. As then he pulls himself back with an awful guttural intake of breath. And then he will vomit out on top of your guy.
The one with the gun or the one with the
The
flamer?
one with the gun.
Okay.
Are you yelling at him to move or is he not moving?
Oh, we have to tell them to
Yes.
move. This would be a horrible time for me to forget that. Because I'm running.
All right, so you'll forget that. So your man is going to get covered in acid.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
He starts screaming, I bet.
No, why would I?
No,
I didn't tell him to scream.
he gets covered in acid and starts to melt in place as he stands there. His knees will buckle and he'll fall to his knees as his flesh continues to get melted directly off of his bones. And before too long, you'll eventually see a skull and face.
That was all one round?
Yeah.
I'm glad I moved.
I got 2 10s. He's dead.
And you're
So
telling
what-
me in all that time he doesn't, let out a peep.
Not a single peep.
All right. First casualty.
He screamed, at least he would draw the targets.
He's number one. He's number one.
Was number 1 the first one killed?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Doesn't look good for you, number 2.
All right, so now we are on to Liv.
Okay.
You and your crew.
We are pulling out weapons, but otherwise running and only shooting to defend ourselves if necessary.
Okay, so they're holding fire. They're not shooting yet.
Correct.
Okay, so they'll move back with you. You will reach near Quentin, which is outside of that little circle of doom. And then it goes to you, Avery.
Oh. I am telling Jana to get her flamethrower ready. And as soon as we are all at a certain point, she's going to do a fire line.
Okay, so it'll take her around to get everything all ready.
Yeah.
But she is prepping it right now, getting it all ready, and is backing up with you.
Yep.
So you'll reach up back to where Quentin is. As that happens, that's when you will see the 3 berserkers rush into the field. The berserkers are actually 3 of your old slaves. They have half their faces are bitten off, and they look like they've been crazed. And they run into the field and look around, and then see you guys in the distance, and they'll be like, ah! And they'll start rushing you.
Are
So-
we enough distance for me to let the detonator go on the C4?
Yeah, you guys moved right out of
Well,
the clearing.
then, doop.
Goodbye, number 2. Goodbye.
It's us or number 2.
Hope you don't run into those subsidiaries later on and they ask you where the hell your slaves went.
They gave their lives valiantly fighting against horrible demon beasts.
The detonator will go off, which
And
will
it'll blow up the-
In a pool
immediately,
of kerosene.
which will immediately ignite that whole pool of kerosene that the guy was carrying. Blow that to hell. Send the shrapnel through the 3 berserker bodies that are just eviscerated where they are. Number 2 is going to get blown forward into the tree area. The one thing in the tree is going to fall out of the tree and start writhing in fire. And there's just a horrible screeching noise all over the damn place. The 3 things that are, these are the other 2 that are in the trees nearby. They do not appear to be coming after you.
It's time for a silent retreat. I'm going to gesture and pull us back a little further.
I'm looking to see where number 2 went.
Number 2 is currently on its hands and knees and is crawling in the fire.
Like it's on fire or crawling in the fire?
Crawling in the fire. She's alive. But he's alive, but he's on fire.
Yeah, but he's not going to be alive for very long.
How important are these slaves to us? I would pay attention to this in class.
The slaves are the equivalent of like an extremely valuable piece of equipment. So if you only had a gun, that's what they would be.
Okay, I gotta
Your gun
go.
was lying in a pool of fire after an explosion. Would you go back for it?
While being surrounded by other infected, and
Right.
you have no other means of protecting yourself, what would you do?
I would not go back for that gun.
Like I'm trying to decide if it's worth going back for them or using them.
Roll me a medical wits to see how long number 2 has.
Number 2 has 6 health. Number 2, was caught in the explosion, is on fire, and is right next to hungry monsters.
Number 2,
First encounter, 1 slave down, 2 second slave on fire.
number 1 and number 2 are gone.
You didn't want those slaves anyway, did you?
What do I need for
It's okay, I'm probably next to go.
Adam?
What?
What do I need for this?
7s. If I don't tell you otherwise, by the way, from now on it's 7.
6 successes.
So 6 successes.
Yes.
You will realize that number 2's health is going down like a cocktail at a good party. It's going to be gone very soon.
Quentin, tell your slave to scream loudly.
Scream!
Everybody uses time to run.
That will definitely cause a distraction. The 2 from the trees, you'll see one of them. You don't really get a good look at the second one, but the first one, you'll see it come into the clearing, grabbing onto the trees, and turn its head and look down at them. And when it does look down at them, you'll see it go and fire out acid again into the area, and you'll just see the acid bath just cover number 2 as he's screaming. So it's like, ah! And eventually it just kind of fades off into nothing.
As his vocal cords boil away?
Yeah, pretty much.
That is terrible.
For the swarm.
That is terrible for the swarm.
It is. I'd like you all, please, if you would, a dexterity and a stealth.
Now, are we running back to the camp?
No, you're running deeper into the woods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can still accomplish a mission.
No, we're basically just backing up and then proceeding south again.
Okay. So we're doing Dex what now?
Stealth. Dex stealth.
Dex luck. Gotcha.
3.
4.
Okay. So you two are moving through the woods perfectly fine when she will actually trip over a log, and then you'll hear her let out an audible noise.
Shut up! I reach over, put my big meaty hand on her mouth.
I'm on the
So you'll
ground.
reach over and grab a meaty hand onto her when you realize she's nowhere to be seen. And then you'll see her 2 slaves jump into a hole. Whoop, whoop.
I will go back silently and look down this hole.
She has fallen into an old culvert,
What's it
which has been
called?
rusted over on the front. It's one of those big metal tubes that usually are over top of
okay.
ditches or old roads. There was an old road out here eventually, and it was a culvert for a ditch. But all the stuff on top of it's been worn away, so it's just been exposed to water and it rusted, and she went right through it.
Wait a tick.
Does this area look like it's been used?
Culvert? Yeah.
Avery.
Recently.
Yeah.
Like I said, hidey holes where you can crawl your little way in there.
I think this comes under what we were looking for. Avery, can you look side to side, see if this heads anywhere?
It is pitch black.
She has tools.
To see in the
We all have
dark.
fire.
It's pitch black. Are you going to light a torch in the darkness so I can see you? She could. She botched. But are you going to?
Well, I've been given orders, so yes.
I just told her to look around.
Okay, so your botch will continue. You're going to light something?
I'm gonna light.
I have a flashlight. Does she not have a flashlight?
I think you all did.
Yeah, I think he gave us flashlights.
They were powered by magnets. Whatever that means.
Maybe we didn't get a flashlight.
I do not have a flashlight.
I know he does. I gave him one.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys don't have
Maybe
one.
it's
No.
just me.
I have night vision goggles. I put those on.
Okay.
Apparently I have those.
All right, so you put your night
I
vision
don't
goggles
have
on
a
and action.
lighter, so I am useless.
So you don't even have a lighter?
I have a flint and steel.
You know what I'm going to say? Hey, Avery, catch. If I dangle this down to you, can you catch it? How far down is this?
It's actually about 7 feet down.
So I can dangle her night vision goggles.
Can I see up at all?
So on the,
You can see up better than you can see around where you are.
on the
yeah.
butt of my rifle, I dangle her down some night vision goggles for her to put on.
Okay. So you'll reach up and grab the night vision goggles.
Yep.
You'll put them on.
Yep.
You'll turn them on.
Yep.
As you turn the night vision goggles on, you're going to look around the tube that you're in. It's a culvert tube. To your left, it's completely open to the night sky, so it exits right out into the woods.
Okay.
Down the right-hand side is a black tunnel that continues that has weird flesh-like pods that are growing along the right-hand side of the tunnel.
Okay, well,
There's also a weird misty haze in here.
out now.
I'm going to ask my 2 slaves, Mike and Sorsha, to keep an eye out, keep 6.
They will.
Liv, we need to get out of this tube now.
Okay, you can see better than I can, so try to find a way up and I'll help you.
Or you can just walk out. It's up to you.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's one side. No, you don't know. She does. One side's exposed.
Alright, we're just gonna walk out. There's an exposed side down here, but this place is filled with pods and the infection.
Quentin, one of those things in the trees is looking around. You can hear it. You can't see it, but you can hear it.
You gotta be quiet.
We're gonna start climbing out.
Climbing or walking?
Oh, walking.
Okay. So that's when you two will both hear the do, 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 do. And then you'll hear do, 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 do. And then do, 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 do. As one guy wearing a full flamethrower, which is, active and pulled out and ready. And
Girl, thank you.
Sorry, a girl. And then her other person. All three of them are just strolling out of a big old culvert made of steel. Do, 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 do. It's echoing and reverberating all over the place.
I can make a nice distraction, perhaps, by throwing a grenade down this tunnel where all the pods and stuff are.
Quentin, the thing is definitely moving in your direction. You are getting it to the edge of the tunnel, and you're out.
Yeah.
Doo-doo. And you'll take a step out of the tunnel and into what appears to be bones.
Ugh. Well, I'm gonna start heading back towards the group.
So you'll turn to start walking back up. The culvert noise has stopped. The thing is just kind of hovering where it is. Waiting.
We need to move.
Okay, so I didn't see what you saw, so I'm not going to do anything about it, so never mind.
So as you guys start to move away from the culvert, just a little
I'm
ways
just
away.
pointing in the direction that I assume is the exit of the culvert. I'm like, we need to move.
So start moving away, everybody.
Quiet.
As you start moving away from the culvert a little ways, that's when you're going to see at the city itself, like in the distance, the actual city, you're going to hear like an old air raid siren from a long time ago. And that is when you're going to see the infected in the woods just kind of turn and look generally in the direction of the city, specifically you, Quentin, because you know where it is. And it will start hopping through the trees in that general direction, kind of away from everybody.
I'm going to return the night vision goggles to Liv.
Okay.
I'm going to put them on, because we are in darkness for this.
Yeah. That's when you'll see in the treetops, you'll see that infected rushing its way towards the city walls, or rather towards the city itself. You have heard reports from the front lines, by the way, Liv, that there have been times where they blow this air raid sirens thing.
Yeah.
It's mostly to symbolize whenever they are under attack by, yours truly, the swarm. And then you'll realize that's kind of clever. If they ever get attacked by the swarm, they just toot the horn and all the infected for miles around just rush the city. Attack
Okay.
the swarm from the back.
Make a mental note of that. That's how we're getting taken down.
Yeah, because you guys are attacking the walls and all of a sudden you get swarmed by infected.
So, but why would they be summoning them now? Because there was no, we weren't told that they were going to do an attack.
Not that you know of.
Okay, but they could, that's something they would do, is not tell us.
Well, no, they generally would, but maybe one of the other teams found a way in.
True,
Maybe
true.
something happened. You're not
Okay.
sure.
Yep.
Anything could have happened.
We've been gone for hours. Anything could have changed.
That is when in the distance, you guys will all hear artillery fire, which really does lead to the fact of, yeah, someone attacked.
Okay, well, we still have our mission. This thing's gone, so I'm going to blow up those spores. So I'm taking a grenade, and I'm throwing it down the culvert, or whatever it is you called it.
Yep. One of your C4s or an actual grenade?
No, grenade.
Okay. Then you'll run out of the way.
Sorry,
Yeah.
so we all know about the spores and stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to let everyone know I'm putting a grenade down.
All right, well, that's something like what we're looking for, but if it's all full of infected, then that's not how the runners are getting out, obviously. Unless they're using infected runners.
Unlikely.
Boom! Goes the grenade.
Yay!
Utter quiet.
Okay,
Can I borrow your goggles for a minute?
sure.
That didn't summon them back to us.
No?
I'm going to put them on, and I'm going to stick
Well,
my
that's a
head in.
relief, because I was worried about that right before she hit boom.
I'm going to stick my head in and look and see how much damage was done.
Well, a lot,
Can't
actually.
you see anyway? Isn't it lit up right now?
No, there's a lot. You can see the grenade that she threw just rip the flesh pods apart, and you'll see mostly skeletal and liquefied remains are leaking out of the pods.
Ew.
Yeah.
We could technically walk down there and flame everything in front of us.
Yeah, I think that might be our best bet.
Give it a try.
Both of your flamethrower people are already ready to rock.
Looking at Quentin.
I'm all for getting rid of the infected, but if this is your this is how you want to get into the city?
I want to see where it leads.
This is how we don't get infected.
All right.
I.e. things popping out and
I'll,
grabbing our faces
If
and
it leads
eating
into
them.
the city, they
Well, if
probably...
you're leading the way with the flamers, then I'll pick up the rear.
Alright, so Sorsha, flame pack ready.
Here's your goggles back.
I'll put them around my neck because I'm not going to need all the flames
No.
going. Okay.
Actually, I should probably keep them since I'll be continuously checking to see if there's any more of those things down there. Medically speaking. Sorry, not used to these kind of missions.
Alright.
Marsha will walk forward, get to the edge of the tube, and just go... and just flame spew into the tunnel. It's like a reverse dragon. It's getting all the flames in its throat. It's just torching everything in here. She holds it on for a couple seconds and torches the pus sacs and everything and just kind of torches in here for a minute and then kind of lets it go, lets it burn. Takes about 3 minutes. And then she'll take a couple steps in and do the same thing again. And then she'll walk in a little bit farther and do the same thing again.
We give her a good 20 feet, and then we follow slowly behind her.
It takes like 30, 40 minutes for her to get ways down there.
We're not in a hurry.
Because she burns it like crazy. She'll eventually get down quite a ways, and then eventually you're going to see her fire just kind of hits a T intersection. So you can go left or right. And then she'll stop before
Any more pods up there, Sorsha?
She looks back and shakes her head. Actually, she doesn't look back. She just shakes her head.
Okay.
You didn't tell her to turn around.
What about the other direction? Any pods there, Sorsha?
She'll turn to the left and get a spout of flame down that direction. And then she'll turn to the right and turn back to you. Shake her head.
Okay, perfect. All right, you can stop flaming for now. All right, guys. Left or right? Because we'll walk up to the intersection, and I'm going to have her look with the goggles.
Left, by the way, will bring you farther away from town. Right will bring you towards town.
Right it is.